Lithuania is the first to confirm a diplomatic boycott of Beijing 2022. The U.S. planned a diplomatic boycott as well, while Canada is still sitting on the fence. This is the Great White North Report. Lithuania, a former East Bloc country, is one of the first to confirm that a diplomatic boycott of Beijing 2022. Now, this doesn't mean they're not going to send athletes to the Olympic Games. What it means is there's no official government representation. It's one of those things that government officials always appear at the opening and closing ceremonies as part of a diplomatic party, a getting together, so to speak. And by not showing up, it's kind of like a slap in the face to the politics. It'd be better if there were no athletes going, as far as I'm concerned. But at least Lithuania, concerns over human rights situation, and this we're talking Lithuania, former Soviet Republic, is pretty amazing that they're one of the first. And they have the balls to do it. So shout out to Lithuania. I wish they'd go a step further and not send athletes. Like a lot of countries are mulling over. Hell, all you have to do is look outside and see all the people wearing a mask. How much more do you need to boycott Beijing and the very government that unleashed this pandemic upon us? Come on. At least they have balls, though, Lithuania. 2 days later, the U.S., they also planned a diplomatic boycott of Beijing. Beijing response is, we didn't invite you anyway. And no one's going to care. That's what their response is. But really, it's a slap in the face, politically, to the Chinese Communist Party. It's all about face. And they're losing face big time. Now, they lose even more if we didn't send any athletes. There's no serious movement to boycott the games completely. No one really wants to boycott the games. Athletes spend 4 years preparing for this spectacle, and I can't blame them in that sense, but at the same time, they should step up in the world. Take a stand. Canada has yet to do the same thing, but Conservative leader O'Toole, he's urging the House of Commons to join the diplomatic boycott of Beijing. So already O'Toole's stock is going up in my books, but of course, Trudeau is the biggest pansy in the world and refuses to stand up to anyone. Trudeau is okay putting sanctions on tiny Belarus, but when it comes to doing something against the big dogs, he chickens out. He's like brave Sir Robin from Monty Python's The Holy Grail. Brave Sir Justin. He chickened off. He ran away. And we have more reason than most to boycott these games. After all, Kovrig and Spavor, 3 years being held hostage because of something else. We got another Canadian on death row. They've also interfered with our trade because of that other incident. So it's time to hit back. I wouldn't send our athletes. In fact, I would have a rival games set up in Vancouver and Calgary. It should be easy to do. How hard can it be? Pay our athletes a little more money and invite athletes from other countries. Hey, if you want to send your B team, so be it. But of course, that's not going to happen. One NBA activist, he's also telling Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby, don't go to Beijing Olympics. I know the big thing is for everyone wants to go to the Olympics at least once. Every athlete's dream. Well, the Olympics are supposed to be for amateurs anyway. But because the Soviet Union destroyed that notion years ago, I hope if we're going to send a Canadian team, we might as well send the NHLers too. And I hope they just pound China. I would show no mercy whatsoever. Just embarrass the hell out of them. Of course, the Chinese hockey team is made up mostly of Canadians anyway, with a few Americans of Chinese descent. So I'd be the token one or two. So it's interesting that Trudeau refuses to do anything that would upset the Chinese Communist Party. It's like he's afraid of them. And yet they are our biggest threat right now to the world peace. So if Canada sends athletes to the Olympic Games, which is a probability, I'd say there's a 99.9% chance they will, because Beijing, they're definitely not going to admit that there's any other CCP virus running around when the Olympics are on. If we do have to send an Olympic team to Beijing, they should wear Winnie the Pooh shirts. Everyone should have a Winnie the Pooh t-shirt, because Winnie the Pooh, a bear from Canada, is actually banned in China. So I would make Winnie the Pooh our official Canadian team mascot. Just to shove it in their face. But if we do send a team to Beijing. I, for one, am not going to watch it, period. I will not watch any coverage of it. I will not follow it in the news. I really don't care. I am not supporting the Beijing Olympics. Maybe in a month after it's over, I'll go look at the stats and see how well we did. And I hope our athletes do very well, but I'm not going to watch you guys. I'm sorry. That's the stand I'm going to take. So any Canadians out there, let me know what you guys think. Should we do the lesser of two evils and diplomatically boycott the Olympics? Should we risk sending our athletes over, or should we stay home and set up our own little Olympics at the same time? Might be too late for that, but hey, things can happen if you do it fast. Leave comments in the comment section, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time, this has been the Great White North Report.